Lots of clear skies today. Huge contrast from yesterday with all the clouds and stuff, huh? And what did I read today? I guess this was kind of interesting, I guess, with that thought of how in many places, things like drone regulations, they seem more about making money than actual safety. How about this one, where apparently in New York, they proposed, I guess, a drone permit fee, but I guess it was kind of shot down per se. It says, NYC drone permit system won't fly, say critics who deride NYPD proposed $100.50 fee, strict rules. As it says here, the New York Police Department is test flying a permitting system that will allow drones to buzz about New York City, but commercial drone operators believe the strict rules will effectively put them in a no-fly zone. After years of banning drones from flying in the 5 boroughs, except for 5 public parks in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, the NYPD on June 2nd proposed a new procedure where hobbyists and commercial drone flyers could get a permit to fly drones and take aerial photos and videos of the city. Is that usually the answer for everything? Make more, I guess, restrictions, some type of registration and all that? It says, but operators of the remote-controlled flyers will have to jump through hoops to get the $150 permit. A $150 permit just to fly, for example, your drone quickly, for example, just to take some videos and so forth. It says applicants would have to request a permit a month before the flights, must be insured, and must already have a certificate of authorization from the Federal Aviation Administration. In addition, drone operators will need to indicate in the application exactly what they hope to record according to the new rules. They also must alert neighborhood community boards and city council members where they plan to fly the drones and post public notices in the areas they intend to record. That is completely ridiculous in my opinion. Imagine that, having to go through all that just to fly your drone, for example, to take a picture or something like that. It says the NYPD can deny any permit request it believes would cause an unreasonable danger to the health or safety of the applicant, operator, or others, including members of the public. Drone operators may appeal permit denials, but the $150 application fee will be non-refundable, the police department said. That's even more ridiculous. How did people come up with this, and how are people okay with that? This is one of those examples of, it starts with this little thing, okay, register this and that. People are like, whatever, it's just a couple of bucks. Now they're gonna restrict basically everything for people in that case where everything's behind like a paywall, for example. It says those caught operating a drone without a permit would face fines ranging from $250 for a first offense to $1,000 for subsequent offenses, the department said. And some companies, like they say here, clearly they don't want drones in New York City, said Edward Kostakis, co-founder of drone-assisted aerial photography company Zismo Media. What they're trying to do is trying to make it difficult for everyone and anyone who is going to try to apply for a permit to be able to fly. That way, they dissuade them from wanting to do it at all. Wow, doesn't that sound familiar when you think about it? All those people, like commercial operators like here, for example, unfortunately, where a lot of them, they say, yeah, whatever, do this and that, take our courses, hundreds of dollars, and recreational people, they'll say, what are you doing? You're just creating all these, for example, irrelevant tests, high fees and all that. You're basically discouraging people from doing it. It has nothing to do with safety. And it reminds me of that saying, it's not you today, it's you tomorrow. So now it is actually going after, I guess, commercial operators in general. That is crazy in my opinion. So it comes back to the point again, you should have stuck up from the very beginning. If you're one of those people who encouraged over-the-top regulations, dividing people, saying, yes, we have our flying fields and all that, it just won't stop by the sounds of it, huh? And then I read this story, which actually got me to think about this topic as well in a kind of interesting way. Apparently, for some reason, a lot of places are reporting this. Like this one says, knocks Mr. Beast's drone out of the air with football thrown from $300 million yacht. So apparently, Mr. Beast is a huge person on YouTube. He created this video where a former NFL player named Tom Brady, he challenged him to throw his football to hit the drone, and he actually did do it with one try. I don't know exactly where the location is, but I'm assuming it's potentially like in the US, for example. That's where they shoot a lot of their videos and all that, since that's where they're located. The fact that he took this drone down with a football and they treat all drones like an aircraft wouldn't that be equivalent, for example, like someone's, let's just say, shooting down an aircraft on purpose? Did they get all of the, for example, proper procedures and so forth to throw a football at this drone? And I bring that up because I mentioned before, that's one of the important things that a lot of people neglect to think about, where it does take, unfortunately, things like arts and entertainment to get people to think. Can you imagine the FAA or any drone police person now goes after them legally in this way? Hey, you took down an aircraft in that way, or hey, did you get all the proper permissions to do this and that, as if it was a huge fan aircraft? Because in the other story, if you guys remember, that guy crashing his airplane purposely, that was a huge deal, right? Like, he lied about it and all that. But if you think about it technically, again, if this is like in the US and all, it would be kind of the same thing with the way the laws are. The fact that he took this down, they should be, I guess, charged and so forth. Where's all the drone police people? I mean, for me, as I always said, it should come down to what you're using and how, and these are kind of the examples too. These have probably happened all the time, where the average individual, they know it'll be really silly and condemn anyone that gets crazy, say, oh, put them in jail for doing that. That's why people won't do that. So you need kind of this stuff too, in my opinion anyways. Not doing crazy stunts like this, but you need these types of pop culture type of stuff to get people to say, hey, this stuff is crazy, what's going on? Because honestly, most people don't know how ridiculous the regulations and stuff actually are. All right, see you guys later.